Hi guys, so welcome to another Tiny Tidy Tuesday. Today, I kind of made a mess. I was looking for something real quick and yeah, now I've got to clean it up, so figured I'd bring you guys along with me. Welcome to Tiny Tidy Tuesday, an open playlist collab run by Sunday Dawn over at The Helpful Home. Stop by and check out the playlists. So I'm going to just jump in here and let you guys know kind of what you're looking at and what I'm doing. So I had to get in here and find a particular piece of paper that turned out to have not been filed yet. And I have a system that's actually working pretty well overall, but then at the same time, getting stuff into that system is sort of not working the greatest. So, I guess I'll start with what the system is. So there on that bottom shelf, I've got binders, like large binders, 3.5 or 4-inch binders. And those are divided out with, dividers, that are labeled with years. And basically, I just took all of my medical and insurance records, I guess you could say, and divided them out by person. So each person in the household has a binder, and then on another trip through the paperwork, I went through the stuff I had accumulated for each person and pulled out. And basically what I was trying to do, I kept all of the stuff that said things that had been done medically, dentally, whatever. And I ditched all of the insurance paperwork because it's all paid for and in the past. So it's like, it doesn't matter to me what the insurance paid for something 10 years ago, you know? So I got rid of that stuff, kept the stuff that says what happened or what was going on. Because I have wound up in the situation where if you do not go to a doctor's office for 7 years, they actually destroy your files. So if you had a diagnosis somewhere and then for whatever reason we're not seeing them for a while, yeah, your file goes away. And if doctors don't transfer files like they should, they don't necessarily have it at your regular doctor either. So like the situation I'm in now, my last doctor's office, even though I put in the request for them to transfer my files, they didn't bother transferring anything to my new doctor. So I actually just took my binder in and asked, what kind of information would be helpful for them. And so like they were able to take scans of like previous blood work and stuff for the last few years. So they had some clue what was going on. And basically because I had old files, I basically did the exact same thing for my kids. And I'm going to split that out. One binder, my son is over the age of 18. So basically I'm going to just take it up to, the year that he turned 18, put all of that in one binder and stick it in the long-term file storage and start him a new binder. It'll be easier to work with. We still have it to reference if we need it, but it's not in the way. And that will drastically reduce what's in there. But obviously I've got a few things that need to be put in there. Now, because I knew that this system was not working with my natural tendency to put things down instead of put them away, if it took extra steps like to find the right place for it, I started this other thing, which is an accordion file. And it actually has our other files as well. So like, this is where I have my lease agreement and my insurance paperwork and the records for the pets and the records for the cars And then in the front, I also have a slot for each of the people in the family, so I can quickly just drop in the stuff that needs to go in the binders. And then the theory is every once in a while, I will go through and just take a few minutes and put the stuff in the binders. Not unlike today, as a matter of fact, although I did not do it today because I was going to redo some other things. And mainly getting the binders and the accordion file up out of that bottom section. Because it's in the bottom section, it gets buried. Obviously, at the beginning, you saw that we store our vacuum cleaner right here. There's often a dog laying essentially exactly where I am sitting. So if things come in, they just get slid in there like it's like a drop box. And that's not exactly helpful. And like the piece of paper I had been looking for had actually slid down behind the binders. So I want to get the accordion file up on the next shelf up. And that way, like, it's easy to grab stuff and look through it. I don't have to move anything. I don't have to move animals and it's not going to get knocked around because cats are up there. You know, the important things. They've got to be able to get everywhere because, you know, they rule the house. Anyway, but this is also our office supply cabinet. So what I moved down to the bottom shelf is old notebooks that I've been working through. Yes, that is all old blank notebook paper. Yeah, some of it's stuff that I bought for school supplies and the kids didn't actually use more than a few sheets of. Some of it's from, you know, when I was in school. And basically, I use that to write, not like poetry or anything like Mel does, but typically it's vocab and language learning stuff. So like I will write out new words and their meanings not meanings, like I'm not writing definitions, but like the translations. So the word in the new language and the English word. And I find that repetitively writing things helps kind of commit them to memory. It does not work quite so well with typing, so I just use my fountain pens and write it out longhand when I am working on that. And obviously, since I've got 4 binders, they don't all fit. There's the empty one for my son. Yeah, that's a project for another day. I will get there, I promise. But all in all, this took me about 20 minutes. I do think it will work a bit better. It's obviously not nearly as bad as the last time I worked on it. You guys didn't see that not quite so tiny, because it was in the time period I was just working alongside the other ladies and not filming it. I think it took me about 2 hours the last time I went through this bookcase. So obviously it didn't take me that long this time. And I even took the time to send my daughter a picture of the glue sticks that I found when we couldn't find them the other day when she was looking for one for school. Yeah, no, I didn't donate those. I only have about 20. Literally. And yes, all of those are from previous school years. And they were all still good. Yeah, it's one of those things. So that is a thing of bookmarks. We don't honestly use a lot of bookmarks. I think my daughter has a few, but yeah. And honestly, I have donated a lot. The binders there are full of dividers and page protectors and various things. I'm down to 2 things of dividers from about 5. Not to mention the ones that weren't in a binder. I don't know why I had so many. I know some of them were inherited, but oh my word, you guys, how many do we really need? But all in all, this was just under 20 minutes, and I think I did really well. So I will see you guys next week.